Again, the Prime Minister is misleading the House. Only bold enough to say it to your face.
You don't know what I'm going to say. You don't know what I'm going to say.
The Prime Minister is attributing a point of view or a remark to me, which is false.
I rise to use my entire 30 minutes on this motion. No, you can speak for the 45 minutes or 30 minutes now, but you don't have the chance to speak when you come back to close. You do it right now. You have the time then. I want to know how you going to stop me from speaking when I'm the one tabling the PAAC report. If you attempt to do it, no, you can't stop that. No, I'll ask you to name you. So don't go there.
Greetings once again, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is the Real Talk Reactions to Abai. If it is for the first time you're checking me out, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel, and to my returning subscribers, I do say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving. And to me, to Abai, today, guys, I've got this amazing video on to whereby it was into the Jamaican Parliament, as to where it was like a clash between the opposition parties, the JLP party and the PNP party. As onto the PNP party, we had Brown Burke, we had Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, and onto that case, to the JLP party, we had the Jamaican Prime Minister Holness, as to where it is claimed that he he like mistakenly answered wrongly on to whatever Mr. Mark Golding had asked onto the parliament, or rather proposed onto the parliament. So I want you guys to watch this entire video to the end, and I'll be back with a few comments.
Effort into a more mainstream response stood up by the ministries, departments, and agencies. Inasmuch as members of parliament have been clamoring to want to deliver package, to want to deliver roofing material, there will come a time, and it has already come, where the members of parliament will be saying, take this away from me, I can't manage it anymore. But you know, this is, Madam Speaker, the challenge. Because in one voice you say you want it, and then in another voice you say you don't want it, you just want it done. And Madam Speaker, we as the government who have the responsibility, we already knew that this moment would come. And therefore, Madam Speaker, that is why we have always emphasized that we must stand up the government, make the government strong, including the members of the opposition, so that we can give the long-enduring service to those Jamaicans who are suffering. That is what we have done. So, Madam Speaker, the idea that somehow the relief effort has been partisan, unfairly distributed, the main proponent being my sister and neighbor from St. Andrew South West.
Again, the Prime Minister is misleading the House by saying, and besmirching, yes, my character, by saying that I am the main proponent. Obviously, he's not on social media. He's not reading what others are saying and writing. I am only bold enough to say it to your face.
Madam Speaker, I am happy that the member who says that she is not the main proponent, who asked the same question last week and asked it this week, and is bold enough to state, I am happy that she has raised the issue. Because, Madam Speaker, as I travel through the country, supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party have come to me complaining that the PNP MPs who have gotten substantial relief aid have not been distributing it to them. And I want to put it on record, Madam Speaker, that when they have come to me, I have said to them, in the interest of unity and peace in this country, that we wouldn't raise it or complain about it. But there is obviously, Madam Speaker, an effort to destroy the goodwill and to falsely accuse the government in a very malicious way. And we have, Madam Speaker, made every attempt to be fair in how we have distributed the public's resources, not our resources, the public resources. And to answer the member, I have given a directive to the Minister of Labour to the Minister of Local Government and to ADPEM that they must release all public aid that has been given to every member of parliament in this country. So that the unfair and malicious attempt to cast the government in an unfair light can be dispelled by facts. So, Madam Speaker, that will be made available as soon as the next sitting. And we have also said, I must say, Madam Speaker, I received yesterday a very good report from ADPEM that they now have in place a proper system to manage inventory. So very soon, we should be able to have a public access website where we can see everything that comes in and everything that is given. We will put an end to this deliberate, malicious attempt to destroy the reputation of the government. Madam Speaker, and we will see when it happens who has gotten more. Madam Speaker, no, I'm on my feet. So we will disclose everything that has been given to constituencies. Let me put it that way. Well, it can't go to the constituency unless it goes through the FP. So, Madam Speaker, I know what has fallen over there and why everybody is all of a sudden getting hot under the collar. I know. Madam Speaker, let me continue. Grants which ministers who are in the various areas where those grants are given will speak. But 12 billion for this case is for technical advice. 12 billion. And you are correct in the sense that sometimes these grants come with conditionalities as to who would be the consultant, and some countries have, precisely, some countries do have a requirement that by their law that some of their aid has to come through their local companies. I am not here saying that this is definitively the case for this. We have not discussed that. Which brings me to the question asked by the member from Southeast St. Andrews, to whether or not you wanted to have more details as to how the loans will be accessed, when they will be accessed, the conditionalities and interest rates and so forth. So today was, so just to back up so that the country understands clearly. 2 weeks ago, I had a discussion with all the international financial institutions at the G20. That discussion centered around how we can assist Jamaica's recovery. I asked for a particular kind of support. It was considered by the IFIs, and they came together and they made their release on Monday. This morning, I had a call with all the IFIs, including the head of the IMF, the head of the World Bank, the head of the IDB, the head of CAF, and the CDB, Caribbean Development Bank. And we worked out in broad outlines how the program will work. So I don't have for you as yet the details. The Minister of Finance will now go into the direct discussions to work out the details. We can say that the private sector loans, again to the point raised by the leader of the opposition, will form part of our public-private strategy. His concern is that, yes, you may say that $2.1 billion is available in private sector loan, but are there the matching investments ready to take it up? And on investors, and my answer to that is yes. Because the government of Jamaica was already in the process, because of our public investment appraisal process, where we have to develop projects way in advance. In addition to investors who have been coming to the government to say, we want to do this and we will fund it, and we have to decide, yes, we understand if you want to partner with us, you have to understand that we have to keep within our fiscal limits. And therefore there are projects that are lined up waiting for fiscal space to be executed. So which is why I've been saying that yes, it's a disaster, but that it has also created an opportunity for us to fund projects that have been on the track waiting to get fiscal space to be operated. So this is what I mean when I say we have opportunities. So this is also a signal, Madam Speaker, to the private sector that if there are projects that have a national impact that can be done using Jamaica's well-established public-private partnership structure, now is the time to get in line for those projects. The leader of the opposition is saying, in a sort of a way, that we don't have the money. The point is that once the international community stands up and commits to it, it would be very rare or something dramatic, negatively would have happened for us not to have access to the funding. I'm saying the private sector money, they have committed an envelope. And once they have committed that, it is then up to us to meet the envelope. Speaker, I am a strong advocate for climate justice. But the difference between myself and the leader of the opposition is you don't know what I'm going to say. You don't know what I'm going to say. The difference between myself and the leader of the opposition is that I am not expecting the international community to give Jamaica anything.
The Prime Minister is attributing a point of view or a remark to me, which is false. I've never said that the international community can be expected to give us anything. I know the world we're living in. I was pointing out the injustice of it, and the fact that it's because of the injustice of it that we're going to have to be taking on this massive amount of additional debt to try and dig ourselves out of this hole. That's the point I was making.
Madam Speaker, I accept the point of clarification, but there was no point about. But the clarification attempted by the leader of the opposition. Madam Speaker, my recollection of the leader of the opposition statement is that they are only giving us $12 million in grants. With all that we need, all that they're going to give us, let me say this, Madam Speaker. Yes, there is an injustice in the climate change issues that small island developing states in particular are faced with increasing in terms of frequency, in terms of intensity, and in terms of the overlapping of disasters that have an impact on our balance sheet as a country. And the argument is that rich countries that have benefited from using carbon-based fuels, should compensate. But being your Prime Minister, the position I take is that until then, Jamaica must be able to stand on its own 2 feet, develop itself, and how do we as a small nation, Madam Speaker, stand on our own 2 feet? The leader of the opposition's argument is that we are going to have to borrow to do this recovery. Now, I want to know, hold on, that's what he said. No. The leader of the opposition made the point that we are going to have to borrow to do the recovery. And you have made the exact point. Yes. So what else would we have to do? What else would we have to do? Which shows you the inconsistency of his arguments. But here's the problem now, Madam Speaker. How do we borrow? If it were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we would not be able to approach the IFI. We wouldn't even be able to approach the international community. But Madam Speaker, even if we were able to approach the international community, it would not be on concessionary terms. It would not be in a structured way as this.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you have watched this entire video to the end and you have heard and known the reasons why these clash were happened onto the parliament, whereby it was the Jamaican PM Andrew Holness and the opposition side party, the PNP, as we saw Mark Golding onto it. And Mark Golding went on and said that they need to at least borrow some certain amount of money so as they can help the country out. And so the Jamaican PM Andrew Holness went on forward and he contradicted to whatever Mark Golding had proposed on to the parliament, and so it went on and brought a lot of controversials, and that's the main reason for this clash. The Jamaican PM Andrew Holness contradicted whatever Mark Golding had said on to the parliament. As we know, Jamaica currently they're experiencing hardship as for the Hurricane Melissa that just happened last year 2025. So it brought a lot of hardship onto Jamaica, and currently it's like they are going bankrupt despite of the aids that they were given by some of the countries out here just to help the citizens of Jamaica towards the Hurricane Melissa happening and other things. We have seen almost some few videos whereby claiming the Jamaican PM are looting money from the aid money and even going on forward and issuing out $75 million for the church rebuild. And so this is the main reasons to why such kind of calamity is happening in Jamaica, and a lot of claims are falling on to the Jamaican PM Andrew. I don't know about you guys. Do you think the Jamaican government needs to borrow money from other sources so as they can help the country towards whatever just happened in Jamaica, the Hurricane Melissa, a tragedy as we saw? They lost a lot of resources, so they had to begin again from scratch. And yeah, this was the main reasons to why this clash happened onto the parliament, whereby Mark Golding brought, or rather proposed, that they should borrow money from different sources so as they can help the country out. And as we have been seeing a lot of videos from the parliament of the JNP party members contradicting on whatever the opposition party, the PNP party, has always been asking them to, into the parliament. It went on forward to even the Speaker of the Parliament, Juliet Holness, had to refuse answering some of the questions, claiming that she was issued the questions late and she had no time to review it. Like a lot of things have been happening in the Jamaican Parliament. You can imagine, more so on the JLP party. Whenever they are being questioned by the PNP party, we saw the Minister of Finance even having difficulty in answering questions that she was asked by Damien Crawford. You know, like this definitely shows us how this government is running the country, and people aren't liking it, you know. And so, onto it, mainly because the country has got the difficulty, they definitely need some of the funds so as they can bring back the country on to its normal state. Yeah, mainly because whatever happened last year 2025 was very much tough for the country and a lot went down, and so the government has to do everything by its power so as they can come with solutions. So, and to me, my own opinion, I think these people aren't supposed to be fighting on the parliament. They are supposed to join hands together so as they can at least help the country, mainly because these are the leaders. And as far as we know, our leaders, they definitely are okay, mainly because they've got shelter, they've got each and every basic need that they require, and they have protected the families. The people who are suffering down here are the citizens, maybe because some of them have got no place to stay, they have no got food, clothes, and some of the basic needs that they require. So I think this fight throughout the parliament, it's not going to solve any issue in terms of helping the country and the citizens of the country, but let them join hands together so as they can help the people overcome these problems. So guys, let me know whatever you think about this amazing video. Let's come around and share our thoughts throughout the comment section so we can get to interact and know what each and every one of you thinks about this video. Thank you very much guys for following up the video with me towards the real talk reactions to Abai. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel. And to my returning subscribers, I do say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. Always remember guys to link me up through my next videos. All I do wanna say is peace out there.